Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And there are a couple of expressions that relay concepts that are really important in this week's point. And they are, number one, while we may not mean exactly what we say, which I'm going to get to in a second, people do extract meaning from that. So we mean what they hear us say. That's a really important distinction. And one of the things that we talk about, especially when it comes to delegation, involving other people in developmental opportunities, things that we intend to be good, is that we're going to get things off of our plate. Now, imagine the interpretation of that at its core. There are at least two fundamentally deeply flawed elements of that. And I'm being totally serious here. Number one, who really desires to eat scraps off of someone else's plate? So that metaphor in a literal context, kind of gross. And the second part is that we know that it's not healthy to clean one's plate. That is, we should eat until we're satisfied and be really mindful about what we're eating, how we're eating, when we're eating, etc. So if you are really intending to involve people in a constructive, productive, rewarding, recognizing way, we have to have better language than I want to get stuff off of my plate onto yours. Or even if you're talking about somebody remotely, off of my plate onto theirs. Because what we say reflects what we think reflects what we believe, and that does absolutely translate. So if we're using that language anywhere, it's going to come through. And getting things off of our plate onto somebody else's is gross, it's not healthy, and it really doesn't communicate what we typically mean. So how do we reverse the polarity on that? Well, number one, focus first on what you should be doing to create value. And then what's not on that list represents an opportunity. Maybe some of that stuff falls off the list altogether, by the way, but some of that reflects opportunities for others to create value. And then what's our transition opportunity and plan? With whom are we going to involve ourselves with using that work as a developmental platform to skill them up, to make them aware, to involve them, to give them responsibility domain? Then we need to communicate that, and we need to have a plan that we execute over a period of time. It's not, here's a bunch of stuff I need you to do so I don't have to do it anymore. Here's some ways in which I see you developing, progressing, helping to contribute to something that's important to me, that's important to us. And I want to work with you to, number one, confirm that you understand, confirm that you agree and frankly are excited about this. And number three, given what I'm suggesting as the plan, what's your idea of the plan? And then let's come together on that plan. When we do that, we all eat well and we all feel really satisfied at the end, and we all agree that we set out to have a great meal together, and in fact, we did, because that's what we wanted, that's what feels good. And those things, ladies and gentlemen, are the point. Stop cleaning off your plate onto somebody else's and start engaging with people to have a really meaningful connection and a collaborative contribution to what matters most.